Well, hello and welcome to my latest video on the bike. Yes, on the bike, but in the garage. And you're thinking, well, why is Julian on his bike in his garage? He's not on a turbo. There is no turbo behind me, by the way. And you're wondering, well, why is he doing that? Well, the reason is I thought I'd do something a bit special for you today, something really quite important that I think many of you need to follow, and that is an exercise regime. Now, exercise to help you do better on the bike is very important, not just for older people like me, younger people as well also have stiff joints and sore muscles. So a bit of exercising, a bit of stretching helps you be a better, a faster, a stronger, a more envied cyclist by some of your chums in the club or on your daily commute. So that's why I'm on the bike. I'm not in cycling kit because it's not necessary to be in cycling kit in order to do these exercises, nor is it actually necessary to be on your bike. One thing I should say though, I'm not a qualified psychotherapist or a physicist or even a physiotherapist. So I'm not talking from necessarily an educated position, but these are just some exercises that I've found have worked well for me, and they might work well for you. But I do suggest that you check with your GP or physician, as I think it's called in the States, to make sure that you're not suffering from any ailments or any reasons why you shouldn't undertake some of these exercises. So let's get stuck in, shall we? And the first thing we're going to do is what I call the Shimano sweep. And the Shimano sweep, if you have Shimano gears like this, you'll know the dual action gears and the brake lever just here, as you can see. The Shimano sweep is when you're going to change gear. So the actual exercise itself looks like this. Now do follow closely. You need to do this with your right hand if you have a rear derailleur. If you have a one-by system, as this particular bike has, you don't need to do this with your left hand. But if you do have a two-by system, which many of you will have, then you do need to do it with your left hand. So let's start by doing it with our right hands first. Now follow me. I haven't put any kind of banging Olivia Newton-John type disco music in the background. So you're just going to have to imagine you do this to music. So what we do is count after me. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Okay, so we've done that with the right hand. Now we do it with the left hand. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what you should do then is have a rest, have a little rest, a few moments, maybe have a cup of coffee, watch a bit of television or something, and then come back and do 3 sets of 5 altogether. So then you do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, up to 5, and then have another rest and then do another 5. So that's the Shimano sweep. Very important to keep your hands flexible and supple. Now, some of you will have Campagnolo gears, or as we aficionados like to call it, Campy. We have Campy gears. And the Campy gears, as you know, have a thumb shifter here, like here, and here on the left-hand side as well. So we're going to do what I call the Campy thumb. And that's another very important exercise. So we have our hands like this, have them out about shoulder width in front of you. And then we're just going to move our thumbs up and down. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then with the left hand, similar kind of movement, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, we want to do 3 sets of 5. So you can have a break in between, have a rest, perhaps sit down, read a book, something like that, look at a magazine, even watch a GCN video, pick up some useful tips. And that's the Campy thumb, as we call it. So that's 2 very useful exercises. Now the third exercise that we do works for whether you use Shimano or Campagnolo or that other unusual one which is called SRAM or SRAM, and that's what I call the breaky squeezy, and that's where you use your hands to operate the brake. So here you're using all your fingers of your hand, your right hand or your left hand, depending on which brake you're squeezing, and so we go like this. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again with the left hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try and feel a bit of the tension that you would have with the actual brake levers. You see, I've continued to do the exercise. You shouldn't do that because you're new to this, but do again 3 sets of 5. That's very important. So if you just, I'll just remind you of it in case you've forgotten. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same with the left hand. So that's the breaky squeezy. Very important exercise that is. Now some of you, not all of you, will have one of these. This is actually a Wahoo, but you might have a Garmin. Very similar. It's a bike computer, and I have it attached to a mount, what I call an out front mount. You might call it something else, on my bicycle. But in order to put it into my out front mount, I have to do what's called the Garmin twist. The Wahoo twist is very similar, but it's called the Garmin twist because Garmin bicycle computers are a bit more ubiquitous. So we put it in like that and we twist it. So if you'd like to follow that with me, we'll do it without the Garmin, just in case you don't have one or you're not sitting on your bike. And the movement, very important this, is mainly in the wrist action and the fingers. So we go like that. See, we go like that. 1, 2, that's 2 actually. 3, 4, 5. You can do it with your left hand if you like, but that might go in a different way depending on how it actually twists into your mount. So do check your mount, do check your twist. You don't want to mount your twist in the wrong way or twist your mount in the wrong way because that can cause damage to the carpal tunnel muscles. You don't want to get any damage to your carpal tunnel muscles. So that's the Garmin twist. No need to do that 15 times, just 5 times is enough because it's quite an easy sort of action. Now the next exercise is something that we do in all countries. It doesn't matter whether you ride on the left or on the right, but you do have to indicate. So if you're going to be turning right like this, or if you're going to be turning left like this, obviously it's the other way around if you're driving in a different part of the world. But the exercise that we're doing is just with our arms like that. You see, just with our arms like that. So we're riding along, and we've come to a junction. We want to turn right, so we go like that. We just put our arms out to the right hand side. So I want you to follow me. All right, you don't have to be sitting on your bicycle. Remember, you can do it standing up, can do it sitting down, can do it on a bed if you like. You just want to reach your arm out to the right hand side. Do it gently because it's quite hard on the old shoulder muscles. So we just go like that. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do the same thing with your left arm. Same action. Do follow me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure anyone behind you can see. Don't do this in the road. Don't do it in case there are cars behind you. Very dangerous that. Do it in a quiet place, perhaps your garage like me, or a bedroom, bathroom even. You can do it in your bathroom. You could do it if you're sitting on the toilet if you had to, but you wave your arm out to the side like that. And that's because you're going to be indicating. You see? Going to be indicating. Very important exercise, that one. Very useful. The next exercise, this is a very important one. You're going to have to imagine that I'm wearing a cycling jersey. I'm not wearing a cycling jersey. I'm wearing a rather attractive dark blue, or navy, as you may call it in America, polo shirt. But imagine this is a cycling shirt. It's got pockets in the back. And I want to reach behind into my back pocket, either with my right hand or my left hand, and pull out gel. Other foods are available. Or I might be pulling out my phone so I could text while I'm riding along. You shouldn't text while you're riding along. Or perhaps to pull out something else, whatever you might have in your in your back pocket. You might have seen some roadkill at the side of the road, perhaps a fox or a badger, a beaver even, and you put it in your back pocket, take it home for your wife or your husband, depending on who does the cooking, to prepare you a nice meal. So that movement where you reach behind into your back pocket, that can be quite awkward, but especially for the new cyclists, the older cyclists, grandparents among you, because it can be quite hard on the shoulders, and where your pockets are situated is quite important. So the movement that we're going to do, please follow this closely, is we're going to reach behind like that. We see we can reach behind we reach behind into, imagine putting our hands into our back pockets like that. So we reach behind, and we've reached behind, we've done it again, see, we've done it again, then we do it in the left hand, we do it in the left hand, because you might have your pockets on the left hand side, you may have your pockets in the centre, and you shouldn't do both hands at the same time, because that's very dangerous. You come off your bike. So you put your right hand into your back pocket, put your left hand into your back pocket. So this is the movement, right? You're getting stretch in your elbow, in your shoulder. We call this the shoulder muscle here. This is the muscle in the shoulder, and that's reaching behind like that to grab something out of your pocket. Okay, so that's called the pocket reach. These names, by the way, these are I have patented these names. I have copyrighted these names. So please don't try and do your own videos and copy these exercises, because these are my exercises for cyclists. So they're mainly for gravel cyclists. They can be done by road cyclists, probably not by mountain bike cyclists. You've got your own probably cooler exercises that you've seen on the television or even GCN videos or something. So don't copy my exercises, they're just for me. Now, the last two exercises are not specifically to do with cycling, but they're to do with things that might happen when we're cycling. And one of the things that might happen when we're cycling is we get passed by a BMW or an Audi or a Mercedes or Golf, one of the faster Golf cars, and the driver or the passenger makes rude noises or rude gestures towards us. So we like to respond. We like to do this movement. And this is a very common movement in England, particularly when drivers are going past. It's like that. So you just want to reach your arm up into the air. You can do it like that. Just do it gently, not too hard. Again, 15 times, 5 times. So we do that one. Right, so we do that 2, we do that 3, we do that 4, we do that 5. And in between, you can have a rest. You can do something else. Perhaps you can have a lie down for a little bit. Maybe even have a cup of coffee or gel or something. Perhaps a bowl of muesli or granola, or just cook that badger, the roadkill that you found on the side of the road. We can do it with our left hand. I can do it with our left hand, see, up and down, like that, up, down, and we do that 15 times, all right? 15 times with each hand, because there can be a lot of BMWs or Range Rovers even, 4x4s, particularly around schools. They can be quite difficult to deal with, so that gesture is quite important. The other thing, and the final exercise, and this is very specific to Britain, and the reason for this is when we had our wars against the French back in the 14th, 15th centuries, the bowmen, long bowmen, like that, they used to have a long bow. It's called a long bow because it was quite long, and they used to shoot their arrows at the French. And when they drew the arrow back, see, they used 2 fingers like that, so they pulled them back. And this gesture, the bowman of Crecy, 1346, very important battle against the French. The bowman of Crecy, the English archers or Welsh archers or Scottish archers or other archers are available, and they used to go like that to the French. Okay, they used to go like that, and that meant, you see, these are our 2 fingers. We're going to draw our longbows back. We're going to shoot our arrows, and you're all going to get killed, and we're going to win. So that's what the bowman of Crecy used to do, and that gesture has become a very famous gesture. It's not to be confused with the one that Winston Churchill used all the time during the war, which was like that, because those were 2 fingers that he used to hold his cigar. We do this gesture, so we're going to practice this gesture. You can do it either with your right hand or with your left hand. So we're going to start off, and we're going to do it 15 times again. Remember, we do it 5 times. We have a break in between. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, do it after me. Now, 1, 2. We do a little bit of a sing-song movement. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to have a rest. We're going to have a rest because we're getting a little bit tired now. And we can even do it with 2 hands. Like, don't do it with 2 hands if you're running on the bicycle. You can always stop. And if you see a BMW just bring into the difference, you can go like this. You see, you do the old bowman of Crecy, famous gesture. See, we go like that. All right. So this exercise, you don't want to hurt your arm. So do this exercise perhaps on a Sunday evening, maybe 3 or 4 times a week. Don't do it every day. You need to have a rest one day. Let your it's a recovery. See, it's when you rest that your muscles get a chance to recover and rebuild. Okay, so we do our exercises like that. See, so that's my series of exercises. This is Julian's bowman exercise. Don't forget all the other exercises, the breaky squeezy. Remember the breaky squeezy, the indicator flex, like a bit like a flying bird, and the Garmin twist. You'll remember the Garmin twist. The Campy thumb, and also the Shimano sweep, very important. And if you do all these exercises and you do them religiously, well, not religiously, but if you do them regularly, don't forget that rest once a week. You'll be a stronger cyclist, and other cyclists you'll be the envy of other cyclists and other road users as well. Perhaps not BMW drivers, but other people will look at you and think, well, my God, there goes a real cyclist. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Hope you've enjoyed that video. A bit different from the normal thing. Do follow these exercises, and see you next time.